Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Not the greatest day in New York City. We are going to have some showers today. I don't know how that's going to affect the game at this point. It could be on and off, who knows. But in the last 24 hours, the Yankees have definitely improved the team. We're really, really happy about that, even though they're still not playing well, but one thing at a time. First of all, I want to welcome everybody here on a Sunday morning to be with us. A couple of things right after this, guys, our post-game show tonight will be at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. We'll wrap up everything. And, of course, if there's a Yankee trade throughout the day, we will come on live. No questions asked. We'll do the best we can to keep you guys informed. The best thing, as I always say, please subscribe because you'll get all the notifications that you need. And you'll get little shorts. We'll also give you like the lineup, anything that's going on Yankee way, we will let you know. And also, right after this, and you have a little time to relax, you got to go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel and go listen and watch the play-by-play at 1:30. So there's a lot to do and a lot going on, and we will be on top of everything. As you see on the screen, the trade deadline show is July 31st. Of course, we start our show at 9 a.m. and go all the way through until the last trade is announced. And during that, we'll have former player or players. We're going to have different content people coming on. The Yankee game will be on. But we will just update you on the Yankee game. And so there's a lot going on, everyone. So good morning to Charles. Nivers, how are you? Miguel, how are you? Ken, good morning. A lot of people in here already. Sean Browning. Again, Charles. D-Train. Hey, Pudge Festa, how you doing? I hope you like the moves. So basically, in the last 24 hours, the Yankees have upgraded the left side of the infield more than 500%. The left side of the infield now is Ryan McMahon and Armando Rosario, and you can now rest Anthony Volpe once in a while. They didn't give up much in Clayton Beeter and maybe a single A player. So now we can concentrate on the pitching. Pitching. At least one or two relief pitches and maybe a starter. We're not being greedy. We want to go in. So before the division, if the division's out of question, let's keep securing the wild card. One way or the other, we have to make these playoffs. And the best news of all was that it looks like Aaron Judge, we are lucky, and the Yankees are very lucky that he is not worried really. Just sit down, which isn't a bad thing. Let him rest now. He'll come back as a DH. Giancarlo Stanton, who's a big trooper, he says, play me wherever. I just want the team to win. I want to help the team win. That's a player you always want on your team. Without any ado, we're going to bring in the master of information on NY Yankee Mania, Jonathan. He's nice enough to join us for a few minutes. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning.
So things are happening, my friend.
Yes.
How do you feel about the deals, and do you think the Yankees have improved themselves or not?
I think the Yankees have improved. Obviously, McMahon was got for his defense. He's the one thing that I saw this morning is that what Nightingale said. The Yankees had extensive talks with the Diamondbacks for Suarez, but thought the price was too high. Then when they pivoted and traded for Ryan McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it also says the Yankees are open to trading Spencer Jones.
Well, I also heard this morning from a source, Anthony Volpe might be on the table.
I wouldn't be surprised if Volpe is on the table. I've said that for this year. Volpe hasn't shown he's a long-term fit for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. No,
And
I agree.
if you can trade him, then trade him. But the other thing about Spencer Jones is it was reported, I think, yesterday, he's also dealing with an injury.
Well, he's got some back spasms, which
Yeah,
is actually a good thing because you can't trade him. I love it. That's the whole
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I honestly, I don't. I've always said this. I don't think Spencer Jones will be traded unless it's for something real good. As I told you, my one guy that I like.
of course.
But
Charles is
I
saying
don't see a guy trading. I don't see, for example, trading Spencer Jones for a guy like Max Scherzer, who's only
no,
going to be here for the
no,
rest of the
or
year,
Jacob Degrom.
or Jacob
No,
DeGrom.
no, that's not going to happen.
Maybe if you told me 10 years ago you trade Spencer Jones for Jacob DeGrom, I would give you a different answer.
Yes,
But
yeah, it had to be about.
Jacob DeGrom is not the same pitcher as he was when he was pitching with the Mets.
No, of course not. No way. But I mean, he's still probably better than 60% of the Yankee pitchers right now. But Bill O, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Jake. How's everybody doing? Let's see in the email. The same culprits all the time. Thank you so much. We have Jeff. We have Bob Rizzo. We have Sophia. Welcome back. The Brooklyn connection. We have who else is here? Anna, how you doing, Anna? If you have any questions, please send them over, or please come to the chat. That would be great. I would appreciate that. Everybody, press the like button. Very, very important, please, for the content. And we have a long day going, everyone. We've got this show. We got Ken the Ugly Truth show, who's going to be doing the play-by-play. From there, we're going to have a big 10 o'clock show tonight with a couple of very interesting, topics. Of course, any Yankee news. We will break live if the Yankees make a trade today, guys. Don't worry. But for you to know that, you need to subscribe so you'll get all the notifications that you need and that we all need. Okay, so let's get some questions over here. Let's see. Ken is answering Jake. Jake, trade begins right-handed bat. Rosario is a multi-positional player who has skill set similar to Oswaldo Cabrera. Plus, he has an OPS of 800 versus left-handed pitchers. I think that's a very, very good pickup. He's a little bit above average, defense. I have seen him make a few blunders, but, obviously everybody does that. But he's definitely better. Our bench has just gotten so much better. You have no idea. And that's a real good battle to win. So kudos to Brian Cash.
The Yankees traded was having a great year in the minors.
What was that? You're coming in a little low.
The 18-year-old that the Yankees traded was having a great year in the minors. So he could be a player to watch in the next couple of years.
Got it. It's good because Rosario can rest players. Let's see, Mr. Met. Okay. Joe, his name is I understand it's Ahmed. I'm sorry. Made a mistake. He's a former Met, really good pickup, and he kills left-handed pitching. Thanks, Mr. Met, for that information. You've got to be happy the way the Mets are playing. They squeaked out a nice 2-1 victory last night, and the Mets are definitely in the trade market. They are going to be a force to reckon with. So good luck to you, Mr. Met. Let's see. David Smith, the Mets rule New York. Just admit it. Yankees dropping like a stone in the standings, in jeopardy, or not even making wild card. I don't know about that, David. We have to wait. We have to wait and see what happens with the trade deadline. People coming back. Figure out the Yankees have holes because of injuries. A lot of this started when some of our relief pitching went down, when our pitching went down. Now our best hitter on the planet went down. I mean, you got to give them a little break here. The Mets. You're talking about the Mets ruling New York. They had a couple of hiccups here and there with injuries, but they have not been hard hit. You have everybody intact. You have Alonso. You have Mr. Right Fielder Soto. They're all in the lineup. So let's not get crazy. The Mets have to prove that they are the Kings of New York. You got to win a championship and maybe multiply that a couple of times before. I understand all Met fans are excited. You're doing a great job. Yes, you did lose some of the rotation, but they're coming back and they're playing very, very well. Their lineup is intact. The Yankee lineup is not intact. So, and we have much bigger problems than the Mets in the bullpen right now.
Yeah.
So let's leave it out to at least the trade deadline, and I'll be more than happy to admit that the Mets are on their way, maybe to take over a little of New York. But you got to win a world championship to actually say that. Jonathan,
I read that the Rays are open to trading Yandy Diaz.
Who is it? The Mets?
The Rays are open to trading Yandy Diaz, so he could be a name that is traded.
Right, but I don't think it's in the Yankee.
No, it's not. It's not going to be to the Yankees.
No, of course not. No, absolutely not. The bottom line is he would help out quite a few. I mean, I would have loved to have him. If you do get him, you're going to put him on first because I think they're starting to get a little disappointed with the way Paul G. Well, let's talk about Paul G a little bit. Let's dissect his year. He was great in the beginning, as we all know. He was great. He's always great defensively, but lately, I think the batting has affected him. Has affected his fielding, and is he resorting to last year? That's a fear right now.
Maybe he's just playing too much.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing too much. He's not in the lineup every day. Jonathan, you do see Ben Rice at first base once in a while. You do see that. You do see Clay Bellinger on there once in a while.
We also don't know what goes on between on the game that he's not playing. So right. I don't know.
And Bill O says, Joe, these moves show that the Yankees are not throwing in the towel. Yeah, of course not. How could they possibly throw in the towel when they're still up in the wild card? Yeah, it may be only a game or two, but they're in the second and the third wild card. And let's face it, they're going to start winning some games, guys. They're going to get a little healthier. They are definitely going to get back for a cruise. They're going to get heel back. There's a lot of things that can happen here. They're not, we've been upset and, they're not going to make the playoffs. I understand that. But you know what? There's still like 57, 56 solid games to go. The Yankees have a decent September. There's no reason why they can't scoop up a lot more wins. I don't say they're going to win 100 games. That I doubt. We all doubt. But they're going to win enough. This team is too talented. And when they get going, they're going to start playing really good ball here. So let's not get, look, again, I get mad. Everybody gets mad because we really care about this team. But, we'll see what happens. Let's go from where that goes. John, I don't have the type of fan. I want to see both teams do good. All right, Mr. Met, that's cool. That's great. John Ferrazzo says, good morning, everyone. Why do some Met fans worry about the Yankees? I guess 2000 still hurts. All right. Let's not get into a war here. That was 25 years ago. Some people on the chat weren't even born yet. Let's keep that aside. Met fans love your Mets. Yankee fans love your Yankees. They're both in two different leagues. Right now, the Met fans should be rooting for the Yankees to beat the Phillies. Unfortunately, they've run into a Yankee team right now that's in disarray, but that's going to change. That, in my opinion, is going to change. Let's go to Ken. What is the yak about Goldschmidt? Over the past month, he's hitting 300. Yankee fans play the blame game way too much. Want to complain? Look at the bullpen. Straight garbage. Yeah, Ken, you know why they're complaining? Because some of the people, not only here, but listening across the nation, have Yankee season tickets. And they just don't like what is going on right now. So money wise, I can't blame them, but you're right. You got to have a little bit of patience. They're probably listen, I think it's 70-30 to make the playoffs. Jonathan, what's your percentage of the Yankees making the playoffs?
Well, that percentage will be determined after the trade deadline, honestly. But with this current team, maybe less than 70%.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But again, let's make that determination on trade deadline day when we finally know the final product. FJ, how you doing? Good morning. Jonathan, can you stick around a couple more minutes, or do you have to depart?
I can go away. I can stick around for maybe until the 5 more minutes.
Okay.
And you said you might have other people on. So.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But let's dissect a couple of things. Ken brought up there's going to be a couple of moves today. He thinks maybe not trades, but I don't know. Is the 26-man roster okay? Because Beta was I think on it or off it. I don't know what
Beta was on the 40-man roster.
40-man roster. Okay. So now you add Rosario. So who do you think, in your opinion, is going to be taken away?
From the 25-man roster?
From the 26, yeah.
From 20, yeah, I'm still thinking. Probably you could send down Parada. He probably makes the most sense because you're getting Rosario.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So I would guess Parada.
Okay. I would definitely say Peraza. Definitely. I just want to make note in the chat, guys. Let's not. If you're going to talk to each other, I want to talk with dignity and with fun. Please don't go attacking anyone because I will put you on a timeout or ban you or just ban you. I love you guys one by one, each and every one of you, but I will not tolerate any backlashing to any Yankee fan or Met fan or any fan you are. You want to comment on somebody's comment? Do it like a man, like an adult. I would really appreciate that.
The other thing to remember is they still didn't put Schmidt on the 60-day IL. So, but I'm guessing they'll put Schmidt on the 60-day IL when they get a pitcher.
Bill O says you have to DFA Peraza at this point, unless the Yankees have another thing up their sleeve. I don't know.
Well, I would guess the Yankees are trying to trade Peraza.
Yeah, because they know obviously there's no option. Oli, how you doing? Good morning. The Yankees picked up Rosario. Is he any good? Yes, he is. He's a very, very good. Can play anywhere. Third base, shortstop, second base, first base, DH, outfield, and he kills left-handed pitching. Go ahead, Jonathan. What were you going to say?
Peraza, Rosario is a solid pickup. Yes.
Oh, without a doubt. And he did some really good things for the Mets, but he was in a big trade that brought them their shortstop. So you can't deny that, not at all. But for the Yankees, it's a great move, and it also you can rest now Volpe if he's not doing well, and that Peraza will be moved for pitching, according to Mr. Met. It's a very good possibility. I don't know how good of a pitcher you're going to get. I think the Yankees would have to add to that, and then see how it is. David Smith, if the Yankees miss the playoffs, who's losing their job? Cashman, or Boone, or a coach, or everyone? Well, my opinion, David, if the Yankees miss the playoffs, I don't think Boone is going to come back. Although, like I said, it's the way they're running the team right now. And I hate to say analytics. That's the only time you're going to hear it from me today. But coaches are going to fly. That's for sure. Hal Steinbrenner is going to reevaluate every division of this Yankee team. He is not going to shell out close to $400 million and not make the playoffs. That's embarrassing. Plus, when we're all sitting at home enjoying Christmas, this man is going to be shelling out $100 million in taxes just to try to make the team go in the playoffs of the World Series. So that is my opinion. Now, Carl says, why blame Cashman? Fans now hate Cashman, but loved him when he got Soto and loved him the offseason moves. Now things go sideways and they call for his firing. Right, and I agree with you, Carl. It's not Cashman's fault. Cashman has deals on the table, but he doesn't have the final say. When are people going to understand this? It's Steinbrenner that has the final say. He can only bring it to him. But if Steinbrenner says no, it's no. Cashman could have made 10 trades by now.
Cashman could have gotten, last year they had a deal for Jack Flaherty. And at the last minute, the Yankees backed out.
Yeah, well, David says Cashman is just a puppet for the owner. I don't believe that. He doesn't care about winning a World Series. His profits over pennants. David, if that were true, do you really think the Yankees would go close to like $350 million payroll? Do you really believe that? I mean, listen, there's trades and there's trades. People will perform and they may not perform. But to say that he's a puppet, no, I don't, and I've seen the organization. I know what goes on there. I've been around the organization for many years. And trust me when I tell you, Cashman rules. He really rules. But he had more freedom with George Steinbrenner because George always had. I'm not saying that Hal is cheap, but there's a limit to Hal. And if you listen to his interviews with Meredith Marakowitz, you would understand. He says, Meredith, why do I need a $350 million payroll to win a pennant when these people are doing 90, 100 million? He already reevaluated some of the personnel that works for him 2 years ago. He may have to revisit that again. Do you agree, Jonathan?
Yes, but I think he's doing his best to not spend so much money.
Right, because I mean,
that's the whole point of not trading Spencer Jones. There are two problems with Spencer. There's really one big problem with Spencer Jones right now. He's dealing with an injury.
Right.
I don't know if other teams will want to trade him now that he has a slight injury. The other problem is if we trade him and Judge is out longer than we think, who's going to replace Judge on the roster? You have Spencer Jones, you have Pereira.
Mm-hmm.
So do we give everyone like Spencer Jones? Do we give Spencer Jones a chance when he's able? Maybe it's only if Spencer Jones' injury is not as bad as think, and we can call him up next week. Maybe I don't know. There's a lot of different scenarios you can go with this.
Yes. So anyway, Jonathan, thank you Thank you so much for your input. Hope to hear from you and see you tonight at 10 p.m. Also, if there's anything going on throughout the day, we will. I'm sure we'll be in touch. We will go live if the Yankees make a significant or a night or trade, any type of news on Judge or the team. We will keep you posted. I can't thank you enough, Jonathan. And if nothing else, we will definitely see you tonight at 10 or tomorrow morning at 8:30. Thank you for coming on. You take care. Have a wonderful day. All right. Before we go to our next co-host, we I'm going to take one or two questions here. Hal got a point through. Anybody who runs a business will have the same logical questions as he has right now. Yes, no question about it, D-Train. FG, how you doing? We've got it. We've got to give. It's not the same as the father. Times are different, money's way different, expenses are way different. And if like I said in prior shows, he's got a big bill to pay, and that's paying off Yankee Stadium. George Steinbrenner did not have that. Plus, he's got $100 million tax to pay. Plus, he has $300 million to pay. Plus, he's got all of his employees to pay and make happy all of the investors. Guys, you've got to understand business. It's not all cut and dry that you can just write a check and that's it. Maybe the Met owner can do that. The Dodgers, because they have the Met owner has $15 billion behind him. What do you call Hal? Right now, on paper, he has $3.5 billion to work with on his own. And he is entitled to enjoy after he's not making anything and he's putting everything back into the Yankees. So let's be a little bit fair here. Sean Browning, one of the co-hosts throughout the show, is coming up, and he's outside, and he's been nice enough to join us on his way back from work. How you doing, Sean?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. So I was trying to make it home as quick as I could, but I got away from the road, so we won't hear that much cars going by me.
Oh, no problem. You're what? So let me ask you something. Do you think Hal Steinbrenner's cheap?
No.
Okay. Do you feel that the Yankees are doing everything they possibly can between now and the 31st to strengthen this team up?
Yeah. And I
Do
mean,
you?
and Cashman, I've never, in all the years, I mean, Cashman may have gaslighted us at times, but he's never minced his words. When he says he's gonna go all in or go to town wild or whatever the term he used this time, he usually going to follow through on his or do his best to follow through on that.
Right.
Um, but
And
and then here's the other thing with How. How can you call a man cheap when he went to $760 million for a player that we
so
had on a team for a year? Yeah, for Soto. 760 million and a 14 or 15-year deal, right?
and he wasn't going to take it because the Mets were always going to offer more.
Right.
So
And it was
you
gonna
right.
but I mean if Howe was cheap, he would have stopped at I don't know, 15 million above what Judge is getting paid.
Yeah. You know it. You know it. Yeah. David has points. He says Hal is not cheap, but he's not committed to winning a World Series. I don't believe that, David. I mean, you got to look at the circumstances. You got to look at everything before you make a statement. And David, we love you over here. Believe me, trust me. We love
Yeah.
it that you're here, and I want the input from you. But you
Right.
got we got to talk back and forth. You have to know what the circumstances is with the New York Yankees. A lot of people don't realize that they are still paying for the new Yankee Stadium. Now, I know that's not your problem. That's not my problem, but it's the Yankees' problem. And when you combine that money and the tax money, you're looking at 3 or 4 baseball teams' payrolls all in one. And you also said, yeah, the Yankees are worth about $10 billion. But David, that's on paper. You got to sell the team for that.
Right.
There's no guarantee they're worth $10 billion. I mean, Forbes is saying they're worth $10 billion. What does that mean? I don't know. It's a piece of paper. That's like you having an investment. You have a $1 million investment and it's down $100,000. Now you want to sell. It's only on, you're losing, but it's only on paper. When you sell, then you're going to make your profit. Yeah. Go ahead, Sean.
Here's the point too. When George took over the team in 1973 or 4,
3.
Yeah, okay, he had to get the team back to the winning ways, which had been, about 10 or so years since they last won a championship. But he had the team, team was almost pretty much dirt cheap, right?
Right.
And George, through his style, he went crazy. He and he built the team up, and we started winning again, and then the Yankees became back to being the Yankees. But Hal is using a business mind to sustain. He wants to sustain the team. Now he doesn't have the shipyard like George had, the shipping business to fall back on. Hal just has the Yankees, and he has an Italian football team or whatever, right? A soccer team, whatever. But what I'm saying is this: he's got to make sure that there's still a profit to keep the team going, to be able to keep everything going, and then he has to deal with, on top of that, the luxury tax and then the revenue sharing for the teams that are lower, like the Rockies and the Rays and teams like that.
Mm-hmm. And
they don't make as much money, but
and to a point, David, it's not as easy to get back. As you could see, how many teams repeat a world championship? It is not easy to compete like that with all these games, with all the months, with all the injuries. It's not like it was in the 70s and the 80s and even the mid 90s. Then you got the wild card. Then you got a second wild card. Then you got this. Then you got that. It is not easy. And you have to maintain an incredible payroll unless you're like the Tampa Bay Rays that have incredible people working behind them and doing a great job. Bryce. Let's move on to Bryce. Bob Nightingale. The New York Yankees are open to trading prize outfielder Spencer Jones. A rival GM said today. All right, if that happens, that happens. But it better be a really good deal. It better be a good deal. The Yankees don't want to pay the luxury tax because they don't want to help the Marlins, Pirates. They don't care. That's the reason they don't. But can you blame David? If you own the club and you see a club just sitting back and collecting your money and not doing anything for the team, how would you feel? I can't blame. He's not the only one that you think. He's the only one speaking up. Do you think the other owners don't like that? They hate that. That's why we're going to go in a work stoppage. We're going on strike next year. We better enjoy next year's baseball because as soon as the World Series is over, folks, there's either a strike or a lockout. It's going to happen. Baseball is not going to stay the way it is. And that's the thing. You can't just take money and just keep. The Yankees used to spend like drunken sailors, but they don't do that anymore. It's not easy to win the World Series. Look at the
Right.
Dodgers. They've had great teams throughout the last 12 years. They won the petty 2020 World Series with the short season and that baloney year, and they won last year. Okay, fine. But with all the billions and billions that they're shelling out and what they owe, what do they have to show for it? One championship that's fully good? Come on, we have
Right.
to look
And
at everything. Go ahead, Sean.
plus, they have a safety. Well, I mean, the Dodgers have a safety blanket of it being a hedge fund that owns them, even if they have like a main face guy or whatever you want to call him. But it's still like eight or it's a group of billionaires owning the team.
Right. I mean, there's no excuse. Listen, the Pirates make money from teams like the Yankees, the Red Sox. Not every team is paying luxury tax. So why should
No.
the Yankees? The Yankees do it. We should be happy that they do it. That means they're spending money. They're spending money. And the other team, they're spending millions. Do you realize how much money they've spent on luxury tax? And we're going to call how cheap? No, that's just bad decisions. Maybe some bad decisions, player personnel. Remember, everyone here in the chat, the Yankees went in with good players, but they always lack something. A left fielder, and they Band-Aid. A third baseman, they Band-Aid. A catcher, they Band-Aid. A first baseman that hit nothing last year. Nothing. They Band-Aid. So please, give it a break a little bit. Give it a break.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you got the injuries galore that we get. We get that injury bug serious, like this season. We lost 3/5 of our projected starting rotation before spring training was halfway through.
Right. And like Ken says, 4 competitive balanced teams receiving the money are pocketing the cash and not improving. 3 of those teams have grievances against them by MLPA. And that's what's going to cause the strike or the lockout. You know, David, okay, so I personally think there should be a minimum. No, you're never going to see that in baseball. The players will never agree to that, like basketball and hockey and all of that. It's not going to happen. It'll never happen. They will never put a salary cap. This is like a salary cap. When you get to 305 million, you have to pay a tax. So that's like it. That's the closest you're going to get. They will never, ever agree. We won't have baseball for a year if the owners want to do that. We will not have baseball for a year.
It'll be 1994 all over again.
Right, exactly. Which was one of the worst times, and even in 1981, a lot of people here probably weren't born. In 81, the season was they chopped it into 2 seasons. The first place team got in automatically, and the second half team, the one that won second place, gets in automatically. So it was, it just throws everything out. But I'm not I'm not gonna defend or not defend the manager or the GM, because it's a whole team effort. And if the Yankees didn't fill their holes, it's not Boone's fault. They don't go to Boone half the time and say, "Oh, let me ask you, Aaron. Do you want to get? We want to get Aaron. We want to get Rosario. We want to get Ryan McMahon." They're not going to go ask him that. And when he comes to spring training, he's got the roster right there, and he's got to take what they give him. They may ask his personal opinion, but don't think he's involved in everything, because he's not. Trust me when I tell you that. Ken says, every major sport has a cap. The players' greed is going to cause the strike. without a doubt, if it's a player's greed or not, the Baseball Players Association will never agree to a salary cap. What they will agree upon is the tax after you go over a certain amount, and then you go to the quote unquote the Cohen tax. The Marlins payroll is less than solo salary. You're right, David. Now you're talking. But that's what I'm saying, David. And the Yankees are feeding them money. Why? Can you honestly, without looking at the team, can anybody give me 3 Marlins on the team? Nobody knows who the heck they are.
Sandy Alcantara, Edward Cabrera, and the guy they got from us.
Well,
yeah, that
go.
catcher.
I rest my case. Hey, Razzle the Great, how you doing? Good morning. But right now, let's be talking about how the Yankees have improved. Now, I mean, listen, the bench. Would you rather have Peraza on the bench with Vivas, or would you rather have Rosario and Ryan McMahon to play those positions? It's not even a thought. It's a $10,000 reason difference. Yeah, the Marlins are playing good baseball right now. Good, kudos to them. It's about time. You know, it's a shame. The Marlins with that beautiful ballpark, they get 3,000 people a game. It's like the old Oakland A's.
Right.
Ultra, you're being a little bit harsh on the Yankees. They're still in the playoff picture. They're ahead. There's 50-something games to go. They have an easy schedule in September. Don't write them off so fast. Come on.
Yeah. And I mean, and look at this. In the last 2 days, we made two trades that impacted this team, even if it's and they're not the sexiest of names or moves that all the fans would have went crazy for, but they greatly improved the team. McMahon shores up the defense with a 54 outs above average at third base, and he helps protect Volpe in his struggles. And then at the top of that, you got Rosario now, who can be our super utility guy, who can play in some of the outfield, and he can play in the infield, most positions. And he's a 270 hitter.
Sometimes even a 300 hitter.
Yeah, he's a 270 hitter. He's a veteran, and he's a speedster.
Right, he can run.
Believe it or not, he's actually one of the guys who utilizes small ball.
Yes. Yep. Christopher, morning, gentlemen, new viewer and Mets fan. Great, glad to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe, Christopher. That's important to us for all the content and for you to know everything that's going on here. And once again, we did our job last night against the Giants. I was hoping that you guys get it done for us. Well, Christopher, if you look, and you're right, and hopefully the Yankees will come out with a win today. But in the past, the Yankees have helped the Mets a lot. Last year, they defeated the Phillies 3 games in Philadelphia. The Yankees have beaten the Braves quite a bit. Not this year, but I'm talking about. So we're trying, believe me. When the Mets are playing teams with the Yankees, I am a big Met fan. When the Yankees and the Met fans, lots of them are Yankee fans when they're playing teams like Toronto, the Red Sox, the Orioles, and vice, and all of that. So, but the bottom line here is, guys, we've got to wait. We've got to wait for the trade deadline to come and go. Let's evaluate. Let's see who the Yankees are getting back from injury, and then we can make our decisions. Right now, and yesterday I give them a little pass, even though you might not agree with this. but they were shell-shocked not knowing if their captain was coming back this year. Now, I know that's not an excuse, but they're very close with Judge in that locker room. So let's give them a little pass from yesterday. Now, I'm sure they were very happy to hear what they heard at the end at the press conference of Aaron Boone and with Judge talking himself.
Right. And I mean, yeah, it was kind of scary at first, because, MRI, second opinion, and, but I mean, yeah, the saying is, as Judge goes, so does the Yankees.
Right. Oh,
but yeah, so, and Suarez he's a tough pitcher. And yeah, we just had a hard time. And but you know what? I believe trades are coming.
Mm-hmm.
More trades are coming. We're gonna get some pitching help. We're gonna reinforce the bullpen. And yeah, I mean our bullpen, yes, they've been atrocious the last 10 games or so. But remember, Cruz, Leiter, and Hill. I mean Cruz and Leiter, they were solid with us until they went down with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Leiter may have been, but every pitcher has their moments of they don't have their best stuff when they come into a game.
Right.
But
I mean,
he was pretty much overall.
What I say to the chat is, do you think the Yankees really felt that Loizaga was going to be this bad? Do you think that they felt that they knew that Cruz was going to get hurt? Did they know all of this? They brought Stroman in for innings eating, and maybe I had a little something. And he has, for the most part, he hasn't pitched well, but he's come in for innings eating. But the Yankees didn't. The bullpen was really good at one time. But the injuries. I mean, then you lost Weaver, and he hasn't been the same. Is that Cashman's fault? No. Is it Cashman's fault that the Cruz was out? No. Is it Cashman's fault that Williams didn't pitch good all of April? No. They got you the players. They have the players. Loizaga should be pitching better than this. He's getting shelled.
And then could anybody have seen that Hamilton was going to be as bad as he has or inconsistent as he has? And have all the command issues? No. Stuff like that is hard to predict. I mean, you think Cashman knew going into the season that he was going to be down Cole, Hill, Schmidt, and then he was going to lose about 2/3 or about a third of his bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And then have to, rely on old veterans like Stroman and Carrasco as starters, and then have youngsters like Warren and Schlittler, whatever how you pronounce it, Cam. Have those guys in.
But I'm going to answer Razzle over here. Lasagna hasn't been here for a while, but he's here now. And he's pitching, and he's losing games. He's pitching awful, guys. That's all I'm saying. I know he hasn't been around, but he's around now. Where is he pitching? And Boone has no choice but to bring him in. Who are you going to bring in? Tim Hill's arm is going to fall off.
Right. And then here's the thing. When Loizaga goes in, his stuff looks flat compared to what it used to be. I mean, you guys can, and some of these other guys who pitch, they don't have he doesn't have the control on his stuff. His breaking pitches, which is his bread and butter, they're not breaking like they're supposed to.
Well, I don't, it's just, this just goes on and on. So, Josie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us here at NY Yankee Mania. We are here every Sunday morning. Well, every morning at 8:30 a.m. We also do a pregame and a postgame, and we have special shows during the week. And once in a while, we do the play-by-play. So if you want to have the content, look at all of our videos. We've had former players on here, like Jabba Chamberlain, just to name some. Please look at the content, and if you can, subscribe. I really appreciate that. Again, enjoy the content and definitely shoot out the questions. It's so obvious for the last 2 years that they have been running Volpe into the ground. He needs rest so he can reset himself. Unfortunately, Rosario isn't a good defender. He's average. He might be a little bit better than average, but he's a good hitter. I'd rather put him in than Peraza. Wouldn't you? Or the Pivas at this point? Come on. And he's a right-handed hitter. We need
every day that ends in Y.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Felix, welcome to the stream again. Thank you. If Judge needs to be shut down for extended period, we should sell and bring up prospects. Well, that's debatable. I don't know. I feel like, that's a great point on your end, but there's too much invested in this team, Felix. They're not going to give up like that. It's got to be really, 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 really. You know what? The thing is that we're around the trade deadline, and they're in the wild card and in both wild cards, and they're ahead. So you can't. No Yankee fan will forgive if they decide to sell. And Judge is going to miss, according to Judge himself, no more than 10 days. And if he becomes the DH, so be it. We'll work it out. But to give up, no. And when you see the schedule that they're going to have, no, I wouldn't do that. And I don't think the Yankee fans would do that either.
And the thing about Judge, I know people want to bash him about leadership characteristics or whatever, or what we think. But the man leads by example. He's a competitor. He's an ultimate competitor. And he leads by examples. And you see the way the team gravitates around him and rallies around him. So, yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, Eric. How you doing? What is the update on Judge from Christopher? Well, he said it himself. You can see it on YouTube. Just put in Aaron Judge's interview from yesterday, and he evaluated himself. He said within 10 days, with what they're doing, he's already getting treatment, and he's ready. He's going to come back as a DH. When his arm feels he can, he will go back to right field. And yes, it may be a mistake to put Stanton in there, but he's a pro, and he said whatever it takes, I will do. You can't just take Stanton's bat out of there. And we do have a comment from Ken. It's funny listening to fans evaluate player performance. How many people out there have had a return from a serious injury? Lasagna is recovering from Tommy John. Yes, and I'm not putting him down. I'm just saying the bullpen has been bad. And unfortunately, he's part of that bullpen right now. But, at least on my end, I'm not saying that, he's just not pitching well. And they have to keep going to him because they don't have anybody else. Tim Hill is going to fall off.
Yeah, and I'm not totally bashing him. I'm just making an observation is that,
right.
Unfortunately, and, I'm rooting for him to stay healthy and bounce back. But,
No, I agree. Jake says, Joe, they're not helping themselves by putting Giancarlo out there in the field. The guy can't move. But we know that. It's just kudos to Giancarlo Stanton that he's a gamer. He wants to help the team in any which way he can. That doesn't mean they do that. He's just saying what he feels he would like to do.
You know, he may not be able to run and he can't move, but he can still gun you out. He's still got a cannon for an arm.
Yes.
And, you know, that's one of the things that runners respect about Judge.
No, you're great.
No breaks.
Mr. Met says, Jake, they got to put him in the outfield. Where else do you put him? And you need his bat in the lineup. Thank you, Mr. Met. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Are you telling me you're going to trust Everson Pereira, who can barely hit in the majors, more than Giancarlo Stanton?
Yeah, that does not make sense at all. Not, especially the way he came up in the beginning. He struck out every time up.
Right.
So wait till Cole comes back next year. His pitchers don't have the depth. Okay, I guess he's talking about Loizaga right now. But, you know, guys, listen, there's still a lot of hope here. There's still a lot of hope and plenty of games to set us free. So let's see what happens. Listen, even if they lose today, they lose today. Okay, but there's more games, there's more trades, and they're trying, guys. You know, maybe they waited too long, but they tried. They're trying. They already settled a left side of the infield that was terrible, and that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign.
Right. And then look, we made 2 trades early. All right, a few days to spare. We made 2 trades already that significantly helped this team.
Yeah, and I agree. Christopher says, I understand where you guys are coming from, but if it's true he can't move, like you guys say, it's very high risk and concerns to me. Yes. You know, maybe they'll play him for a few innings. He'll bat 2 or 3 times, and then they get him the heck out of the game. I don't know. We don't really know, because now that you got Rosario, he could play the outfield. So maybe they could just they don't have to worry about that. But let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Rosario, I have seen him play right field. So
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You know, yeah, guys in the chat. Of course, we all want the Yankees to beat the Phillies today, and it is possible. I mean, you know, come on, let's go with it and be positive, and you know, and then we'll take it from there. David says Juan Soto helped the Yankees get to the World Series, and now Soto is gone. Mets now have the Soto effect. Yeah, we know that, but the Yankees, if they would have kept Soto, they wouldn't have made any more moves. They really would have nickel and dime every other team. At least this way, we've got a starting pitcher for a few years. You've got Cody Bellinger. You improved at first base no matter what, because unfortunately Anthony Rizzo did nothing last year because he was hurt. So, you know, and they made these little minor moves. Not minor, the major moves. Did they spend $760 million? No. What did they spend? Like close to $300 million? Okay.
No, 600 million. Freed alone was like close to 300 million.
No, I don't think it was that high.
Or no, it was a record deal for lefty. I can't remember off the top of my head. But then, you know, Bellinger,
they didn't spend $700 million, Sean.
No, it wasn't 700 million. But still, I mean,
yeah, it was like 300 million, but it was, you know, it's in years, so it's not like right away. David Smith said Soto is very overpaid, I will admit. You know what? Nobody's worth that money, Dave. Nobody. I don't care who you are, from Ohtani to Judge. Nobody's worth almost the $1 billion that they're getting. I'm sorry. Listen,
you notice,
I'm all for getting top pay. But really, I mean, not only did he get top pay, his mother gets a free jet ride. She gets money for clothes. I mean, don't you think that's a bit much? And I'm not being like jealous or anything, but that's a ridiculous contract.
Right. No, and then here's the other thing. I mean, you notice that with Otani, since he came back with the second Tommy John, the Dodgers have been only limiting him to like one inning here and there, kind of slowly working him back to being on the mound.
Right. No
Um,
question about it.
so it's almost like he's overpaid, and even though it was kind of like, well, he's a two-way player. That was what they were saying to justify, but he's barely being a two-way player right now.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, but again, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. They
No,
really are.
and and that's fine. And the Yankees are the Yankees. I
Right.
mean, and baseball is baseball, and there's times when the bear gets you, and we eat the bear.
Yep. Good morning, Nathan Sports Rush. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Thank you, everyone, who is staying with us for now just a little over an hour. We'll stay with you a little bit while longer. Let's see. David Smith says, "Yes, Alonso is a must sign. Yes, yes, he is, and he's really going to demand a lot of money next year, my friends. He's
You
going to
know,
make up what happened this year."
right? And then, I wouldn't be surprised after the Mets lowballed him like they did last offseason if he aggressively pursues another team and another team snatches him up. But I know he has some loyalty, so he may actually choose the Mets. I'm not
Oh,
saying
he wants to be on the Mets, but he also wants a really nice payday,
right.
and that
And I mean
because
they
yeah, go ahead.
lowballed him for what he's done. They lowballed him last season. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, look how long it took him to sign him. I
Right.
mean, he was as good as gone. If anybody would have gave him the contract, like even
Yeah.
the Yankees, he would have taken it. But
Right.
nobody stepped up. Nobody
And
stepped up.
because they was all trying to figure out what the drama with Vlad was, and if you was a player and you'd given what Alonso given to an organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you sit there and they're like, well, we'll get back to you on it, but we're gonna check out this guy over here. Um, and yeah, they just put him on standby. I would have took that as disrespect right there, but
Well,
you
even
know,
David Smith, David said the Mets treated Alonso so poorly in the negotiations.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and I agree with you. I mean, he's been Mr. Met. I mean, he's done so much for the organization, and look at the way he was treated. Okay, he got his contract, but let me tell you, it's not going to be peanuts and crackers this time. They're gonna
no,
keep him, but they're gonna really pay out good because this is his last big contract. He's not
yeah.
settling for 140 million. I can tell you that.
And I would take Cohen to the bank for incentive, not just not just for a pretty purse, but just like something.
And David's being very, very honest with everyone. David says Met fans also disrespected Alonso because all they
Yeah,
wanted was let's get Guerrero, and you would hear SNY, all the announcers there, let's get Guerrero. Well, what about Alonso? My God, the guy single-handedly put you in the next round of the playoffs last year. Where's the loyalty to that?
and not just that. I mean the guy has hit a record home runs for a rookie,
Yeah,
and then he's built up solid, and he's improved on defense every year. He's still
David
an
said right.
offensive first baseman, but
I
he's
mean,
improved on his defense.
yes, he has. He's a much better first baseman. But everything that he did, and then opposed to at least the Yankees with Juan Soto, who was there 1 year, and helped them go to the World Series. They offered him $700 million. The
Yeah.
Mets, what did they offer Alonso? What, 2 years at what, $40 million? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, the Met fans do have short memories. It's what have you done for me lately? And
Well,
at least
yeah.
you know the Mets don't have to put up with a lot of the things the Yankees have to put up with because the Yankees keep a lot of the players a lot longer than they should.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, look, it's fun for the course, but let me tell you something: the Mets are going to pay up for Alonso
Oh yeah.
coming up. You know, coming up very, very shortly after this season. And no matter what happens, Alonso's going to get a big, big payday. There's no
Oh
question in
yeah.
my big payday
Oh no,
because
no guarantee. I mean, he's one of your top offensive producing first basemen in the majors,
mhm.
and you know, and his defense is above average.
John Ferrazzo said, I think Peter's a good guy and he wants to stay a Met, not like the other guy who went just for the money and couldn't care less. You know, there's a lot of people out there that feel that Juan Soto couldn't care if he was a Met, a Dodger, or a Miami Marlin player because he went for the money. Period.
Hey,
Anybody that gets what he got, and with the Yankees, it was like $5 million less, and they didn't give you a because and you stomp your feet because they wouldn't give you a luxury box. Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
he wanted to get treated better than all the legends ever got treated in Yankee Stadium.
The Yankees never gave it to Jeter. They never
Nope,
gave it to Mariano. They never gave it to
nope.
any of those to Judge. What makes you so
No,
special? And then we got to give they got to give money to his mom. Are you
right.
serious? Just think about it. How greedy that is. And then what did he say about the All-Star game? Well, they didn't get picked and they lost out on a lot of money, $100,000. Come on,
I mean,
give me a
I mean,
break.
if one of the Japanese teams was the highest bidder, I think Soto would have went there.
Oh yeah, I listen. All about the money. And let me tell you something. He if he thinks he can do better, he'll opt out in 3 years or whatever it is, 4 more years. He'll
Yeah, he
opt
might.
out.
He
But he
might.
better grow up. He better grow up because the Met fans are not going to tolerate it. I'm telling you right now. You
Oh
know,
no.
yeah, David is a very, very smart David. You know your stuff, especially when the Mets took Soto. The Yankees absolutely should have taken Pete from the Mets. But you see that it's the again, Howe was concentrating so much on the other thing, then they reacted with Max Fried right away, and then they reacted with
Right.
other things, and they traded for Williams. So I mean, I can
Right.
understand. Hey, baseball purist, how you doing, big guy?
And remember, we were the strategy that Brian Cashman and Howell was going after as a pivot after Soto decided to go to the Mets was to shore up defense first, because Max Fried is an excellent fielding pitcher, pitch. Um, and then we got some strikeout arms in our bullpen, right? But we got Cody Bellinger, Gold Glove defense. Trent Grisham, Gold Glove defense. Paul Goldschmidt, Gold Glove defense.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, yeah, they made some great strides with defense. They still make
Yeah,
some bonehead plays, but yeah, the
right.
baseball purists, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Brian, the MD, said Aaron Judge flexor strain is serious, but the Yankees can manage and work around the injury. The season is not over. And the Yankees for Judge. Okay, thank you for that, baseball purist. I appreciate it. Met fans got to be happy this morning, man. You're winning. You have a nice winning streak. You're winning really close games. That's a sign of a good team. I give them a lot of credit, man. I give them a lot of credit. And let's see. I don't think they're done with the trade deadline either. And they're getting healthier. They are a dangerous team right now. Very dangerous team.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
go ahead.
No, and really, it's not all about who has the best records per se. It's about who comes into the postseason the hottest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a goaltender in hockey. If he starts doing unbelievable, that's it. They're gonna win it. David says the Mets need another top starting pitcher. Well, listen, I wouldn't doubt it if they don't get DeGrom back. There's a good possibility. I'm hearing rumblings about that. You never know. I don't know how much he's going to give you, but that'll look good in the rotation. Charles says the Yankees, let's get some pitching, please. I think they will, Charles. I just don't know. There are a lot of free agent relievers right now. So I think some of the clubs will want to do something and get a couple of players or two.
I see us making a move with the Twins. Whether we get Ryan and Duran or Ryan and Jax, I don't know. But I just see us making a move with the Twins. There's a lot of rumblings. For some reason, that just seems to make sense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if it would happen in the next couple of days either. So, again, going to be very, very, very interesting. Let's see, how things go. So I want to tell everybody again. So our post-game show tonight will be 10 p.m. But and come back. We'll have a really good round discussion on the trade deadline. Hopefully the Yankees win and all of that. So 10 p.m. tonight. But if the Yankees make a big significant trade during the game, before the game, after the game, and it's not 10 o'clock, we're gonna do our best to come on live. I'm gonna put notification out that we're going on live, and come and join us. And you guys are great. You guys look at everything. But you have to be subscribed. If you're subscribed, you'll know faster than anyone else. So I appreciate that, and press the like. Remember, you go to Ken the Ugly Truths channel, and you listen to a wonderful play-by-play, and that's at 1:30. I will always come in, say hello. If I could break any news or anything for Ken for the Ugly Truths channel and you guys, I will. And so we're a big family here, and we got to keep going. So we'll spend a few more minutes with you guys. I do see down below that NR Media Nitin is here. He's looking good. I like his shirt already. Let's see what he's got cooking. How you doing? I like that shirt, man.
Yeah.
Look at that shirt. Nice.
What's up, guys? Good morning, Joe, Sean.
Good
the chat.
morning. How you doing?
Hey.
What's up, everyone in the chat?
Give us your impressions on the trade.
I liked the trade yesterday. Ahmad Rosario, late night trade from the Yankees. It gives us depth on the bench, and also it gives us versatility. I wanted Willie Castro, but the good thing about Rosario is he doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play. He does everything. He does multiple things for the team. So I like that. I like the move. Plus, we didn't have to give up too much. We only gave up Clay and Beater, and then the other prospect, which I don't know really too much about. But so basically, we turned Joey Gallo into Clay and Beater, and now Rosario. So I like it. I like it. It's a nice depth piece. But now they need to focus on pitching, bullpen help. That's the goal.
Right.
They have to get bullpen help, and I think they're going to turn their focus to Minnesota or Cleveland.
Yes, and if they do that Minnesota deal, I would be very happy. If they do the Cleveland deal, I'll be happy. Listen, they're gonna come up with some type of relief pitcher. I mean, that's a given. Don't you think so?
Yes, I think it's going to be either Class A. No, yeah, Class A, Kate Smith. Hopefully both of them, but it might be too hard. But Class A, either Class A, Kate Smith, Duran, and Joe Ryan from the Twins.
Yeah. Well, again, that's gonna be pretty effective. So we'll see how that goes. But they are 500% better this morning than they were yesterday. I'm sorry. Even though we got creamed yesterday, the Yankees have a lot more options, and it's going to be interesting who's going to go at this point.
Praz is odd man out now, I think, most likely.
We've been saying that, but he's like he's got 9 lives. This guy it never ends with this guy. You know.
But yeah,
I mean, really. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk home. And
Great, Sean. Thank you so much for being with us as you're heading home. Really cool of you. And maybe we'll see you tonight on the post game.
all right.
All right. You have a great day. Thank you. And then there was 2. So,
I thought I'm gonna bring up one thing here. I thought there was no more Soto talk on the show, and people bringing up Soto again.
Yeah, I know, but it just goes to the fact of spending the money and doing this and doing that. The people don't realize that no matter what the Yankees could have offered $1 billion, the Mets would have offered $1.1 billion. They were not going to be denied because they knew he was going to go for the money. And that's it. He went for the money. He went for the luxury box. He went for his mother to get clothes. He got a plane. Come on. What are you going to do next? Just
What's up, guys? What's up, Bill, Charles, Lou? What's up, everybody in the chat?
Peraza had his chance and he couldn't hit. Yeah, no question about it. Now and Charles says Soto is greedy. Jake, I'm more focused on the wild card teams now. The Red Sox, Rangers, Rays, Mariners. I think winning the division is kind of out of the question right now. You got to get on a winning streak, and then we could talk about everything. But if they're going to continue to lose, we can't talk about anything. So let's win a few games in a row. We'll feel better about ourselves, and we'll move on. And that's the key. Nitin, your observations from what you're hearing from your sources, are the Yankees done?
They need more. They need pitching. How can they be done? I just said they're going to go for
Right.
bullpen.
I got one of the questions again from Kevin here in the stream, and he
Kevin,
said
they're not done. Kevin, they got more things to do. They're not a complete team yet, man. The bullpen is washed up. They need help in the bullpen, and maybe another starter could help too. So you never know. I think Cashman is going to work on something big.
Now, Bob Rizzo's asking for Nitin, if the Yankees get the relief pitching that they so desperately need, do you see them getting rid of the guy they call Lasagna?
Yes.
You do see that. Wow. Okay. All
and
right.
Ian Hamilton.
Ian Hamilton is another one, but he's tradable. I think he's serviceable to another team. Loizaga, I don't think he's going to be ready till spring training. I really don't. Hey, Lou, you snuck in there. I'm sorry I didn't see you. How you doing? Yeah, but, again, I could see that. I could definitely see that. So
yeah, but they're definitely not done, man. Cashman is making moves in the pitching department. So, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they add another bat to it too. So
it wouldn't surprise me either. Hey, good. I'm glad you are good, Lou. Sorry I didn't see you in the chat. Blaze, just seeing you too. How you doing? Trade for Ryan and pick up Fetty from waivers. Eric, he's like another Stroman. Maybe throws a little bit harder. You need somebody who's going to make a little impact.
Fetty. No, I don't want Fetty.
No, I don't either. Now Ryan, on the other hand, yes. Trade Hamilton according to Charles.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that. D-Train, the trades thus far were solid. We just have to work on the pen now.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah. Yep.
And and then from there, who knows? Like you said, Cashman could have something up his sleeve. They might be working on something big, and we don't know about it yet. Could be like Nitin's been sniffing around with the Cleveland trade. It could happen. It really could happen. And let me tell you, if that happens, it's kudos to Nitin, and we got to thank him for that because he started that about a week ago.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jose Ramirez is included too.
Oh my God, Yankee fans will be doing hat dances in Macy's window.
Imagine.
I can't imagine that. Nitin, what rumors are you hearing right now? This is from Miguel. Good morning, Miguel.
By the way, it's spelled Nithin, not En.
Okay.
Come
yeah.
on.
Okay. All right. You heard that, everyone. It's you spell it again for them, guys.
Nithin.
There you go.
I haven't heard any rumors yet, but it's still. I don't know. I hope today again we hear rumors today. Hopefully.
So what's your day like today on a Sunday? That might be rainy for a while. What's going on?
I was supposed to do something. Remember, I told you yesterday about that.
Right.
They canceled that, but I'm gonna have brunch here, and then with some people here at the complex, and then work out a little bit, and then I'm supposed to visit my friends in Barnegat, New Jersey. So.
Well, I got to tell you, I know you said, "Oh, good, you're watching Happy Gilmore." I'm not going to say anything on the plot or anything, but I got to tell you, I was disappointed. I really was. I'm not going to get into it because let it go out. Let it simmer, and then I'll be happy to let you guys know why. But I wasn't impressed, to be honest with you. And because of that, I fell asleep. And all the guys here were calling me about the Rosario trade, and I was very annoyed. So yeah. I'm blaming Happy Gilmore for that. If it wasn't for that, I'd be awake. No, but hey, listen, it is what it is. And also, Nitin, this week is a very big week in New Jersey for SummerSlam for WWE.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton.
Your girl, Tiffany Stratton, and she's single now. Let me make that call. 1-800-TIFFANY. Yep. Hello, Tiffany. Nitin is ready for you. Wants to marry you. We want to go to a wedding.
Yep.
He's got that nice shirt on. That's cool. But no, yeah. With wrestling, remember, everyone, don't forget.
Is she going to be there?
Yes. Yeah, she's in a match, I think, on Saturday.
Oh, nice. You should come through.
Everybody, remember, go to Total Turnbuckle Talk.
You should come to the. You should come to the event also.
I would love. Yeah, I would love to. It's not easy with things going on personal wise and what's things are going on right now. But
yeah,
the most important is that we enjoy what's going on and being alive and being strong and being there for our families.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bill O says, it's okay, Joe. I was sleeping when they made the trade as well.
Carl, I live in Hamilton, Trenton area. I used to live in Jackson.
Oh, cool. And he's going to make us all dinner today, Carl. We're all going over there. And he's going to have some nice delicacies for us. But, Lombard smacking the ball all over the place in the minors. He is? That's news to me, Charles. The last I checked, he was batting .202. Nitin, has he been doing a lot better?
I got to double check. Hold on.
And Carl says, I'm just below Red Bank. All right, Carl.
My Red Bank? Oh, nice. We should meet up.
We'll have a small mini Yankee Mania show.
Lombard is, hold on. Okay. 2005.
Charles says he just watched him play.
He's batting. I don't see the. Hold on.
No problem.
Okay, here. He's batting .245 right now with 5 home runs, 34 RBI.
Oh, he is. He is very good, Charles. He
Yep.
had 3 hits yesterday. Kudos to you, Charles. Thanks for letting us know.
Thank you, Charles. Yep.
And we'll see how things go. But thank you for that
Breaking
comment.
news.
The what?
What?
Oh no, I just asked. Again, everyone, remember to go to Ken the Ugly Truths channel today at 1:30, as he will give you a great play-by-play, and then from there, if there's any news or anything, we'll come on live. Otherwise, we will see you 10 p.m. tonight with all the wrap-up and all pictures of news that we know about trades. I got a feeling the Yankees may do something today. I hope so.
All right. So today, CC gets inducted to the Hall of Fame today.
Yeah, today is the Hall of Fame. We can talk about that. We'll talk maybe CC's speech. I always find that strange that they do that during a big baseball day. Maybe they should do that like later on in the night, or something like that, because it's really, what do you watch? You want to watch your baseball game, or you're going to a baseball game, and then you can't see the ceremony. I think they should do that in the nighttime on a Sunday and not have Sunday night baseball. Let everybody play in the daytime and then have Cooperstown like at 7:00. I think that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But that's just a suggestion.
So the Yankees went from Peraza to Vivas to McMahon and Rosario. That's good.
500 degree turn. So yeah, I'm not going to touch the subject of Hal spending or not spending anymore. They're doing the best they can. They waited a little too long. They should have done some stuff in the off season. They didn't, but could have, should have, would have. We're living in the now. So, but anyway, we got a long day, Nathan. Some words of wisdom you can give to the fans as far as a trade rumor and your prediction for today's game.
Let's go Yankees. Hopefully we can bounce back today. Who's pitching today for us? Max Fried?
I believe.
No, not Fried.
No, it's Rendon, isn't it?
Is it Rendon?
Hold on. I'm going there now.
Wheeler
against Rendon.
All right. Yeah. I got Rodon going probably 6-7 innings, 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits, and then my starters hit in the game is Ryan McMahon, Rosario, if he's in the lineup, and Chaz.
There's a trade proposal out right now.
Where?
It's on X. It's just the Mets receive O'Neill Cruz and Mitch Keller for Vientos, Blade Tidwell, Drew Gilbert, and Jonathan Santucci.
Why would they trade Drew Gilbert? That's like one of their.
Yeah, well, they have they have their number 10, number 12, and 13. The Pirates get along with Vientos, and the Mets would get center fielder Cruz and Keller. Would you make that deal?
No, they need. I would need more to that.
Yeah. The Rays are softening stance on dealing Yanee Diaz. He would be a great pickup, man. But where do you put him now? There's no place to put him unless you're giving up on Goldschmidt, and I don't think they're doing that. So
well, they had a chance. They were trying to get him last trade on anything.
Yeah, they and Tampa Bay just wasn't going to have it. They were not going to do that. And some people, on the chat are saying, go out and get at least Bednar from the Pirates. They've got to do something, and they will do something in the. Don't worry, they will do something in the bullpen, guys. It's going to happen. So, final thoughts. Go ahead, Nit.
Let's go Yankees. Hopefully we get that big win today that we need, and hopefully we make more trades today. Hopefully we get some news.
Right.
trades.
Today or tomorrow,
And then
something.
also, congrats to my guy CC getting inducted to the Hall of Fame today, so you can watch that also. And our friend Jake from the, Jack from the Push podcast is there right now doing coverage for the Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
Yeah, shout out to them, and let's
Well,
go.
there's a lot of things to watch. Yeah, there's a lot of things to watch today. And everybody, like I said, right now, the link is out for the 10 o'clock post-game show. If there's breaking news, we will come back to you. But please subscribe so you'll get all the notifications. I really appreciate it. Thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us. I hope
By the
you have
way,
a
shout out
yeah.
to Kyle Rowley also. He has 40 home runs this year.
Wow.
Kyle Rowley.
Yeah, he's excellent. Who knows how far he's going to go this year. Right now, he's on pace to tie Judge's 62 from what the analytics people are saying. So we'll see what happens. And with that in mind, everyone, I hope you have a great breakfast, great lunch, dinner, whatever you have until the Yankees. Enjoy. I want you to all have fun. And come back to us at don't forget to go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel at 1:30 for the play-by-play. And then we come back at 10 p.m. and we're going to have some pretty good creators with us to analyze the game today, trade rumors and all, and we're looking forward to that. So with that in mind, Nitin, have a great day. Have fun. Enjoy. Safe day, you and the family. It's the same thing for everybody in the chat. God bless you all. God bless America. We love you, each and every one of you. Go Yankees. Go everyone, and have fun. Happy Sunday. See you tonight at 10 p.m. Good night, everyone.